You're constantly becoming every single day. So, just like reality's coming to the surface. We're on this constant, light is constant, reality's constant. The past and the future is an illusion, and it's set inside you. It's your illusion that's inside of you. And you're able to use that illusion to predict who you will become, who you will be, who you choose to be, what you choose to experience. So activate, get lost, and activate. As soon as you forget who you are, you will come back to yourself and find yourself a whole nother way. It's just like that old movie you haven't seen in a long time. You turn it on, you watch it, and you're like, this is just a totally different movie. What happened? Why does it feel so different? Why does it look so different? Because you're another person from the last time you've seen it. And when you really know you're cooking with grease or fire is when you can watch a movie and the next day or the next week you watch it again and you see things that are differently. Then you're really cooking. Okay? I'm not saying to become like a complete jack of all trades in your personality. But what I am saying is respect the possibilities of yourself and respect the limitations of yourself and the endlessness that's inside of you that you're capable of becoming. Don't let it go to waste. You have so much inside of you that's yearning to become. And when you find those versions of yourself, remember those sensations, remember those feelings that you're experiencing. Don't let it go. Yeah, we can sit here and say like, oh, we're on some cosmic wave of consciousness and we're all experiencing this happening of consciousness, and there's all these different layers. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You are the wave. You are the force. You are the consciousness. Every single one of us are. And how we are all connected, we may never know. We may never realize how we are all connected, but we are. But first, you must connect what's inside of you first. Find what's been given into yourself, your DNA, your existence, into your consciousness first, before you start worrying about the whole connectivity of the whole entire planet and existence. It's good to fathom. And what I mean by fathom is just like go deep. It's good to fathom, man, and just get in there real deep with everything. But you want results. You want results for yourself. You want results. You want to see yourself differently. You want to experience differently. You want to have that income you've always wanted. You want to have that freedom. Well, activate and get lost. You put yourself in the environment. The very pressure of this forest that I'm in is different than my house. And when I'm in my house, it's totally different. It's a whole nother reality. But when I'm out here, I'm becoming activated. I can feel the very essence of my existence turning on. I feel like a freaking trailblazer out here. I can just run on all fours sometimes. I have dreams about running on all fours. Yeah, and you will feel it in your dreams too. That's another video, but you will feel your dreams. Not only see them. It's very important to remember to feel your dreams. Not just see them and try to remember what they look like, but actually try to feel what was going on in that dream. So, activating really serious tool. It is like the one gift that we have as a species. It is what has caused us to become, to experience communication, be able to develop speech, to be able to develop bipedal, to stand up and to walk. The reactions of chemistry, the reactions of barometric pressure that's beating down on our flesh and our existence, sculpting us. Take advantage of that. Experience it. Go walk around. Get lost. Totally just immerse yourself and say, you know what? I'm really good at knowing where I'm at. You might be that person that just knows where they're at all the time. Or you might be the person that could take a left, take a right, and where am I at? You know, that's actually a gift. And in a lot of ways, not knowing where you're at is a power. It's a superpower. I know a lot of people go, well, geez, you know, I want to know where I'm at. I don't want to be lost all the time. But when you don't know where you're at, possibilities expand. When you know where you're at and you're found and you know basically where you are, you know, then you're kind of like in one direction. You know, you're basically like, you know what's going to happen. And then your blinders come on, and all the other stuff that's trying to come into your life, you just push it aside. You don't even realize it, because you're trying to go for this one objective because you know where you're at. You know your arrow is pointing this way in the compass. But when you're lost, the arrow is just... whew. And I'm not saying go get lost out in the forest, like literally, like with some giant national reserve or something. That's dangerous. But what I'm saying is like, hey, you know, I know this park is kind of big, but I know if I just start walking out into this park, eventually I'm going to get to a point where I don't know where I'm at, but I know I'm safe enough to be able to just start walking in one direction. I eventually will find my way back. That's, in a sense, getting lost. That's what I do. I know my limits to where I'm going, and then I get lost in those limits. I get lost in that nature. I get lost in that city. I get lost in that little mosquito. I get lost in the mosquitoes. Don't get lost in mosquitoes, man. The mosquitoes will tear you apart. I tell you what, the mosquitoes in the Pacific Northwest, they're not as bad, but the ones in the Southeast, they will pick you up and take you away. And they're giant. Some of them are like huge. They look like moths flying at you. But yeah, so these mosquitoes, I'm not saying they're friendly by any means, but they're kind of just like there. But and there's certain spots though in the Pacific Northwest, you know, in these upper parallels, and we're on the 46th parallel across the globe, where you will run into a swarm of mosquitoes and they will just douse you. But it's not too bad here. So yeah, getting lost, getting activated, activate that DNA, activate those parts of your ancestral gifts that are inside you. And you might doubt yourself. You're gonna doubt yourself. That's the whole point of life. You're gonna doubt, and you're gonna have to overcome. You're gonna have to overcome those emotions that are inside you. These people are coming up here. I got some travelers. So get lost, get activated. It's a pretty cool little spot here. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this video and find another spot. I like my solitude when I'm making videos, if I can have my solitude. Unless I'm like in an open park, you know, but this is kind of like in the middle of the woods. So, yeah. Till next time, get lost, get activated.